at the same time. So welcome. My name is Crispina French, and I'm really excited that you're here with me. So I am doing a 30-day challenge with a coaching group that I belong to, and it's all about how to, well, first of all, 30-day challenge, like I will be live here for 30 days every day at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm in the same time zone as like New York City and Boston. And I'm just really interested in teaching a few of the things I've learned through my life of being a pretty avid textile recycling artist. I came to it as my parents were both artists, and I went to art school, having not done exceedingly well in high school. I was kind of a bad student, just not really engaged by anything other than the arts that I was taught there. And it was kind of an odd situation because my mom and dad were my art teachers in the high school that I went to. So I didn't have a whole lot of self-esteem when I went dashing off to art school in Boston right out of high school. And I kind of stumbled across the process that I continue to use to this day, kind of like 35 years later, where I buy used clothing in bulk and I make it into all different things. So the blanket that's hanging behind me, kind of blocking the sun from the window, is made all out of recycled wool sweaters. There's cashmere in there as well, and alpaca, all kinds of natural animal fibers that I collect and then cut and sew together into blankets. And I make rugs and I make sweaters and I make all sorts of other things too. So I'm really a passionate environmentalist, and I remember back in 1983 in the state of Massachusetts, where I grew up and where I still live, there was a bottle bill that went into effect, and I was really interested in that whole concept. Like, I had never thought about any kind of like what happens to trash. Like, I never even thought of that. I was a kid, and I was like 1983, I just had graduated high school, and I was like, cool, there's something that's going to actually help us recycle plastic. And I started learning about plastic and about how it's not biodegradable, and about how it was, I just could imagine, like, over years and years and millions and billions of people using plastic and throwing it away without a recycling facility or program in place, what would happen to it. And I just started learning more about that and realizing that it was really a kind of a big issue. And fast forward to 2019, where we are today, I'm realizing that I was correct, and I see all kinds of kind of dire statistics about microplastics in our seas and in our bodies and in our food. And I realized that I'm very passionate about this subject, and I've learned a lot about it through the years, and I'm here to share that knowledge with you guys and offer some alternatives to the kind of status quo of just consuming so much this time of year without any regard to the waste that we're generating by doing that. So I have started something called the Planetary Rescue Squad. And it's kind of a joke, but not really. I'm the self-proclaimed captain of the squad, and I'm looking for squadron members, and I'd love to have you guys join me in this way of just trying to really traverse the holiday season without excessive consumption, but still enjoying ourselves and spending time with people that we love and care about. And I just want to say hi to a couple of people that are tuning in with me right now. So hi, Bob. Hi, Marianne. Sophie, thanks for being with me. There's a bunch of you guys out there watching and listening, and I'd love to give everybody a shout out, although I forgot to wear my glasses today and I can't really see very well. So Scarlet Knitwear, hi you guys. So thanks so much for being with me. And so today I just kind of wanted to give you that little bit of history about how I came to be interested in the idea of sharing the things that I've learned along the way about being a little bit more mindful in our consumption and in our, especially this time of year, like in the United States where I'm located. There's just so much pressure for people to go out and maybe spend more money than they actually feel comfortable spending. And there's a sort of like an obligation felt by many to be gift givers to people who, I guess there's just like this sort of cultural thing. Like if someone gives you a gift, you feel obligated to respond with a gift to them. And oftentimes the people who are doing the gift giving are feeling obliged, and they're also feeling like they don't really know, like what do we give people, maybe people at work or people who are not really close friends or family members. And then going right back to the family members and the close friends, like what I would like to give my kids is a healthy future. So rather than loading them up with all sorts of plastic crap made in China sold at Walmart, I'm going to really be thoughtful about what we give to our kids, and with the idea that behind the decision making has to do with their well-being in the future. And it's not anything to say like we can't have fun, we can't enjoy ourselves and get up to a little bit of holiday mischief. That's all part of my plan, but just to be really thoughtful. So I just want to look through my notes and make sure I'm not missing anything. So yeah, the marketing, historically, the marketing during this time of year is like buy more stuff, consume more, there's sales, you can get, I think actually my husband was telling me that some of the people who have traditionally like really marketed their shopping starting at midnight on Thanksgiving, come and spend your money, like a lot of that didn't happen this year, which is so encouraging to make people really aware that it's not really good. It certainly is not sustainable. And speaking of that word sustainable, I hear it tossed around a lot, people who are living sustainably, and it's a great idea, it's a great goal, but none of us in the developed world are living in anything remotely sustainable. Like we all consume so much and don't have plans for the kind of wake that we leave in our path, that we are not living sustainably. And my goal is to figure out, like, can we humans actually do that? Like, there are people who live sustainably that are like the hidden tribes in the Amazon forest who have never been touched by us, or the developed world, and they're having a hard time. Like, they're trying hard not to get in contact with us. And so how can we, as the developed world, look at how we live and know that we are, our goal is to have actually a sustainable lifestyle. So what would that actually look like? Like, how could we actually do that? It would mean a fair amount of pretty substantial change in what we think of as normal living practices today. So the thing I really don't want to do, and the thing I really am committed to not participating in, is the like negative, like, oh my God, we're so bad. Like, if we just did this, that, and the other thing differently, like the world is screwed up and we're never going to be able to change it. Well, I'm a firm believer. I'm like the eternal optimist. I know that the human power is amazing and strong, and that we as people have so much more power than any of us know, and we can certainly make the changes that are needed to take a giant U-turn in our trajectory, flying off down the path to climate crisis. I mean, we're in climate crisis, and now we need to turn it around and get the hell out of climate crisis, because this is not the right place to be. So this morning, every morning I get up and I go for either a walk or a run. And on Sunday mornings, I normally walk with my girlfriend Meredith, who is super duper awesome. And she's a naturalist. She works in land conservation, and she has a lot of information about things that I'm really interested in too. And she was telling me this morning, like, we talk about like lumber and water and all our natural resources that we have. And she's like, natural resources is kind of like a weird term, because it means that they're there for us to use. Like, there are resources, like a resource library is where you go to find out information, right? Well, like, those things are actually not our resources. They're actually our life sources. And I thought that was such a cool thing just to like put out there for you guys today, to encourage you to think of things as not for us humans to consume and use, but more like they're there to support life, be out of the atmosphere, put it into the earth in a safe way. And that's like the most incredible impact in our crisis right now, is we need more trees. We don't need less trees. So one of the things that I have recently learned about is like the level of at which we are, or the rate at which we are cutting trees just needs to stop. Like, we need to stop cutting trees. We need to start planting trees. We need to like reverse the scale with that, so that we can really have a much bigger impact in turning the air quality and the environmental impact that's happening with all of our industry into a safer spot. So we're able to really give that gift of longevity to our kids. So, okay, first today, the takeaway from today is I hope that you can think about all the things that support us as humans on the planet as our life sources rather than our resources. And then I also just wanted to say to you, there's a couple things. One is that I was scheduled to be at the holiday market at Racebrook Lodge down in Sheffield, Massachusetts this afternoon, but we have, I think there's like 12 to 24 inches of snow in our forecast. So they've postponed the fair until Thursday evening from 5 to 8. So for anybody who's local, I'd love to see you down at Racebrook on Thursday evening at 5 p.m. rather than this afternoon. And while we're thinking about our life sources, let's all think about ways that we can grow to honor, respect, and protect these things. And think about when you purchase something, like I ordered some things from Amazon the other day, like cartridges for my printer and a couple of things for my kids. And like every single thing came in a separate cardboard box. And then I read a statistic online yesterday about how Jeff Bezos, the guy that runs Amazon, gave like I don't even think he donated more than 1% of his ridiculous income to charity last year. And that means like, I think he earns $215 million a minute. The guy has a little room for donating, right? Like, come on, dude, like, let's just work together to make this possible to protect these life sources that we all need to have a good life. So think about where you're spending your money. Don't be like me and go on Amazon and order stuff when you can purchase it from a local small business, which is going to be my focus for the next for forever, I'm hoping. I mean, there's always, I live in the middle of the woods in Western Massachusetts where the nearest grocery store is a 30-minute drive. So sometimes it certainly is easier to order offline, but I'm going to try to avoid Amazon. And I want to just let you know that I am live every single day until the 29th of December, right here at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. My name is Crispina French, and my website is crispina.com, where I will be posting the videos that I make as blog posts. So if you want to go back and check them out, you can do that there. So thank you so much for joining me today. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Teresa. Hey, you guys are awesome. I'm so glad you're here with me. I look forward to being back with you another day. And if you guys have suggestions of businesses to feature in the next 30 days here, people who are doing things that are mindful with our environment and our small business owners who we could all support and give more power to, let's just pop them in a comment or send me a direct message, and I'll see who I can get in here to feature. So have a great rest of your Sunday. I'm hoping for a snow day tomorrow so we can all stay home and stay cozy. And see you tomorrow at 11. Thanks for being here.